A very pleasant, warm welcome to Mr. Selvan Nagarathinam IPS, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Triplicane, Chennai. Selva needs no introduction because almost every week I used to talk about Selva because of the burning desire which he is having. He was having, he is having, and he will be having. So when you look at the reason for success across all fields, whether it is politics or it is cinema or it is civil services examination, the first and the foremost thing is a burning desire. Just now, while coming in the vehicle, I was talking to Selva and he was telling that after achieving a particular goal, you should not get stagnated with the particular goal. You have to think about the next goal. So after clearing IAS examination, what next? How you motivate yourself? There are so many things which I come to know about Mr. Selva, that how he is keeping himself motivated. Becoming NPA, Mr. NPA in 2 years, 2 times, I thought that he will, he'll settle down with what he achieved in the NPA. Now, just now he was telling that he is preparing to, he is preparing to participate in another competition related to physical fitness. So even after, entering the job, even after being in this position, which is very, very hectic I was calling once Selva and he was telling me that his day starts by 7 o'clock. It is ending by 11:30, 12 also. So there is no time to sit relax. Despite of his busy schedule, he is motivating himself. He said, I'm reading book. I have started reading book. I'm seeing motivation documentaries and I am setting a goal which is always higher than the goal which I have already achieved. So this is really the best part of his personality. I think because of this aspect of the personality only, consecutively for 2 years, he was able to cross 215 out of 220 out of 200 or 300 in first attempt and 217 out of 275 in second attempt. So that is a really fantastic score in interview, and it's a very important time for all of us, that his presence here should help you getting recharged. Rejuvenation is a thing which is very original to Selva, that he rejuvenates himself many times, and this rejuvenating capacity is what is needed to become a very successful civil servant. All the very best for you, and I once again extend our warm welcome to Mr. Selvan Nagarathinam IPS. Right? Feel very free to ask questions centering around interview, because I said that there is so important core part of his personality which is liked by all. Right? So despite of the time difference, despite of the board difference, if the score is wonderful, then that is because he is having some stability in the personality. Actually, personality itself, those who know what is personality itself is defined by its stability, consistency. Right?
Thank you, sir. Come here. I think it will. Okay then. So good afternoon to all of you. So I am seeing a very discreet clientele today. Now, what I had was a very general session. Today I have a very focused and a discreet clientele. So I hope all of you have cleared for interview. Most of you are people who are going to go to interview. So first of all, I would like to. All of you are very lucky. You have crossed the main 2 hurdles of UPSC Civil Services examination. The toughest is prelims, then comes the second toughest mains, then the easiest one is personality test. Trust me, I'm not saying this because just twice I have scored good marks in interview. I'm just saying this because you need not put a lot of efforts for a personality test, unlike a mains or unlike a preliminary examination. Why? It is very simple. Personality, as rightly said by him, it is stability, consistency. You have nurtured your personality, or you have nurtured the way you react to situations, your attitude, your behavioral patterns, your conditioning, and how you respond to situations over a period of time. Social conditioning starts from young age. Appa amma solli kodupanga. Parents, they teach us. You have to say hello, vanakkam in Tamil, something like that. So it starts from home, it goes through your school, your college, your family, relatives, then your work. It is growing as day by day. According to one more sociological theory called reinforcement theory, your behavioral patterns, your response to few situations changes according to the reinforcement which you derive from the outcome of the situation. If somebody appreciates for your certain outcome, you maintain that behavior. If somebody chides you or somebody reprimands you for your behavior, what do? You try to change. That is how you grow. So if you are able to correct your mistakes or change your certain traits which actually causes negative to your personality, that will actually make you grow. But now you are in a crucial phase. You have very limited time. You have to attend the interview. Now you don't think about all these things, which I am saying is a long-term goal. So the goal which right now is hand, you have to present the best of your personality and the best what you can give and the best answer to a question asked in the interview board. This is your goal, and to get more marks. So this is your goal. So for this goal, what you have to necessarily do is to have a calm, patient mind, first of all. Because when you are patient, when you are calm, you have a clarity. You will understand the question. Most of us, what we have this habit of start answering before the question is completed. Because we think we know the answer, which many times is true. But in a situation like UPSC, that should not be the case. That should not be the case. Why? Because very, very simple. The question can end in a what? Why? How? Anything. Number two, he might use that thing, what he is stating, which you think is going to be the question, as an anecdote. He can quote it as an example. So best thing to do in an interview is, first when you enter, they ask your name, you say yes, I'm from so and so. Then you sit. Then some member will be, maybe the chairman or some other member will be asking you a question. First, understand the question. If you're not able to understand the question, you can just put across, sir, please explain me. I'm not able to understand. Can you come again, please? I'm not able to get the right. Then he will try to paraphrase it again for you. Then you might understand the question. Then you can say an appropriate answer. That is number one tip what I will give you. Be calm, be patient, understand the question, then try to answer. Number two, what if you don't know the answer? What if you don't know the answer? There are two types of questions generally asked in interview. One is a factual question, other is a perspective based or opinionated based. For a factual question, I will suggest, if you don't say, if you don't know the answer, say I don't know, sir. I'm sorry. I'm not able to remember. I'm not able to recollect. I have not come across about this. I don't have any clue, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Like that you can say. Very well. Accept it is accepted. Because your knowledge is not tested in interview. It's a personality test. I should not say interview. I'm sorry. It's a personality test. They are going to see how well you are a balanced man who can put the best use of his knowledge in the right way for the administration, for the development of the society. So they are going to see how is your outlook, what is your perspective, what is your character, what is your, how you take the questions, how you take a problem, how you are going to, somebody is going to come and say that, sir, I have this problem, how well you are going to take it, how well you are going to respond to it. So it's not about facts. It's never about facts. So even if they ask 10 continuous factual questions, you really don't know, you can say don't know. If you know a small part of it, say, sir, I think I have faint memory about it. I think this is the answer. This is what I know, sir. I'm sorry. So don't hesitate to say no to a place where you don't. Don't bluff. Don't bluff. You know why this is important is, if you become a civil servant, you will be bombarded with questions by media, by public, by elected representatives, by your seniors. Your juniors will look up to you. So you should not bluff. You should not say false answers. You could have seen interviews where senior officers, when they try to bluff, when they try to say false things, they get caught, badly caught. Nowadays there are these memes also. They make worse memes. So be very careful, don't bluff. Always think that the person asking you the question is putting you this question because he knows about it. Number 2, opinionated questions. Yes. Both of my interviews, most of them are opinionated questions. Hardly there are factual questions. Why? I don't know. They wanted to ask me opinionated questions. I feel if somebody is asking you opinionated questions or questions about what do you think about this, what is your perspective on this, what is your take on this, I think that is going to be a successful interview. If it comes with a very big capital if you are able to convey your answer in the right appropriate manner, what they would expect of a responsible civil servant. You take an example of me. Some complaint is coming. He's saying, sir, my so-and-so car was lost, or bike was lost, or jewels were lost. The affair is large, sir, but there is no action on the part of the inspector. It's been lying for months, sir. Please help me, sir. So what should I say actually? If it's a sensational case, I might know. Sometime it might slip out of memory, or it might have been a case reported before I have joined. So I say, please sit down. Then I call my inspector, ask him, what is this case? Please brief me. He briefs me about the facts. Then I take the facts. Then I form an opinion. Yes, this can be done, this cannot be done. Then if it cannot be done, I have to tell him in a way that he is able to understand why it cannot be done. Or if it can be done, I have to reassure him, yes, I will do it. Don't worry. But I cannot give him a false promise. உங்களுக்கு கேஸ் நான் 2 நாள்ல கண்டுபிடிச்சிடுறேன், நீங்க போங்க. But 20 days, 30 days later, he might come again. I have to cut a sorry figure. My credentials will be lost. Is it okay now? So, same principle applies for the interview too. How you going to say the answer makes the most of it. If you very well understand the principles of body language, sign language, how your mannerisms matter a lot. Most of the leaders in the world are liked for their speeches, not for the content, how they end, how they convey, how they represent it, the ideas. So you have to put your opinion in a way which can be understood by them easily, without complicating the sentence, or without putting into a lot of grammar which you yourself may not be so comfortable with, or which they may not understand. Be very simple English. I would not consider myself as a very big English laureate or something. I'm a very simple man. I studied in a normal government aided school. My English is very, very normal. It's very mediocre. It's not something which a convent educated or a person studied in a very influential school would boast of. But I always think that language should be as simple as possible. It should be easy to convey. So choose the words properly. It is never about vocabulary, because as a civil servant, you are going to deal with the common man. You are not going to deal with the English professor from Oxford University, or you are not going to deal, day-to-day basis with a big influential man. So you should be able to convey the meaning of what you wanted to say to a normal man, for a common man. So choose the words properly. Number 3, say it in a manner which will not offend the members. It is not pleasing. It is not trying to be a sycophant. Don't take me wrong. You are not trying to please them. You are not trying to be a sycophant. You are not trying to be a supplicant. You are going to make the point sure that you are applicant worthy enough for this job, who can put his view positively in a perspective. You understand what I am saying? At any point of time, if you have any doubts or if you are not able to understand, please interrupt me. Please interrupt. So, if they ask any question which is going to offend your sentiments or your identity or your inner beliefs, please don't get offended. Just take it as a question. Just take it as a question. Try to answer it in the best possible way. I'll give you one example. What if somebody asks you, why all Tamilians are chauvinist? Why all Tamilians are so crazy about their language? Why do you give so much importance to your language and your own entity, and why don't you feel yourself as a Indian? How many of you would get offended about this? You can just say yes. Nobody will get offended for this? Seriously, nobody will get offended. Then it's a really good sign. I will surely get offended. But I will not say that blatantly or very straight. I will say it in a positive, sir. It's that if you see, Indians is not a single entity. India is a country, is a nation state where so many different states, so many different peoples of community, languages, religion, races, identities have come joined together to live as a nation. We all have pledged, some of us, to become one. So we can't forego our identity. Because this is the way we have been living, this is the language you have been speaking, this is the traditions you have been carrying. So what I want is mutual respect, sir. It's not that my language is the superior most. Every language has its own unique thing. Only thing is I carry pride in my language. I like my language. And I don't want my language to be sacrificed for frivolous reasons. Or reasons which I don't feel worthy for myself. So, a Bengali would feel so passionate about his Bengali language. A Hindi speaking people will be so passionate about him. A Marathi would be so proud about speaking Marathi. Similarly, a Tamilian is proud about speaking Tamilian roots. There's nothing wrong about it, sir. If you see, my identity may be a Tamilian, but as a human being, as a citizen of this country, I feel more Indian. That is why I chose to join an All India service. That is why I chose to come out of my state. That is why I chose to rise higher. So this is one way of putting this thing. This is what I will say. So like this, what you convey through your answer should be sensible. Because we live in a democratic country. We don't live in an authoritarian state. We should respect others' opinion. But Constitution guarantees us our own beliefs, our own sentiments. So we should be worthy of ourselves. So this is what. So most of your questions, we are able to balance and put it in the right perspective so that people can understand, yes, he is an inclusive man. He is not a parochial thinker. He is not a sectarian. If given a choice, if he has to protect everybody, will he be act as a utilitarian or will he be act as a real democrat? How he will be? I hope everybody knows the utilitarian theory. Yaar sir thinker? Bentham. Jeremy Bentham. He says, for greater goods of the society, you can sacrifice few. That cannot be the case. In a democratic country, that cannot be the case. Even though you need not achieve the objective, you have to take everybody along. Everybody is same. So something like that. Next, what if they get offended by your answer? You say something, what if they get offended? The chances are more actually. What will you do? They will counter. If you are able to counter an argument, you put positive reply back. If you are not able to counter an argument, which is factual based, for example, if the question is about reservation, you give your opinion, then he throws some facts about reservation. Then you are not able to counter it. Then what will you do? Can somebody give an answer? There is nothing wrong. It is actually for you. This is not for me. I am not come here to give a lecture. I am actually trying to give a perspective to you where you can orient yourself for your personality test. So you can just tell an answer. Anybody can tell. Anybody can. Very good. Yes. Yes, sir. This is also one view of seeing about it, sir. I accept it. Like that. Very good. It's the right answer. We should say, because we don't know. See, nobody is an encyclopedia of everything. We all are something, and we gain every day something. We have to make our pot more and more, filling it up. It's a good thing. So you learn. You learn by experience. You learn by interaction. You learn by sharing. So that is what you do in an interview. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have not thought about it, sir. This also proves. This also proves. So you are able to understand that he has a valid point, which is actually good, because in a situation, for example, you have to do a task. It's an operation. You have your team. Though it's a police force, I cannot say you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. I have to discuss, because they are actually going to do it. What can be done? How it can be done? What can be your role? Who can we put it? So we act as a team. We act as a single entity. Because again, if you see, if you act as a policy maker, who you are going to make policies for? Who are the stakeholders? It's the people. You should be able to take the opinion. You should be able to understand that you are dealing with human beings whose life is going to be affected by the decisions what you are going to take in your job. So it is very, very important that you are able to give value to others' opinion. You might not, it might be a wrong opinion. You might not be able to affiliate yourself with that opinion. You might think, no, it cannot be done, which happens many a time. Most of you worked in IT industry or something, or attended an interview after your college. There would be a discussion, a group discussion. You will see 10 people say 10 different things. Few things might not relate with your core values. But what do? You have to understand that yes, he has his own point of view. It will nurture you. That is how nations have grown. That is how democracies have been living in countries. We call America a free country. Land of the free and the home of the brave. Why do they say that? It is because they are brave enough to defend their country, and they are free enough to give the choices to everybody to live their lives. So it is like that. So then this comes the countering the argument. Or if you really feel he is wrong, he might be wrong. What if it is from your area of interest? You can very well say, no sir, I feel sir is erring, or it might be a mistake. This is what I feel, because I have studied and come across somewhere. If at all you are very sure, you can say this. Why I say this? Because it is also your duty as a civil servant to guide a person when he is wrong. If my subordinate takes a wrong decision, or if he is not following the right procedure or the guidelines, or if he is taking a partial view, or if he is supporting somebody blatantly, what will you do? You have to correct him. You are the leader. You are going to get into All India service, which is the premier service of the country. You have to represent them it properly. So today, if I see myself, when I'm in the line of my job, during my work, I don't see myself as Selvan. I don't see myself as a particular person of a particular religion or a community or a background. I never. I have my own personality. Yes, I have my own likes. I have my own language, religion, everything. I do it in my personal area. When I wear this, the moment I wear this uniform, I become the Deputy Commissioner of Police. I have to hold the laws, the validated rules, what the institutional values this constitution is holding. I cannot exhibit my own discretionary values or discretionary opinion in this. But if somebody is erring or if he is trying to do, you have to correct him. So similarly, if you really think something you are sure of, then say, yes sir, but I feel sir, this is right sir, then you can rest your case. So your answering way, your answer, your counter, and your again second counter, his counter and your counter. What if it further escalates? If you really feel, don't worry, there is a chairman for the board because he is going to moderate. He will not going to allow one-on-one altercation with your member. But sometimes they will leave it to a certain point. You know why? He wants to test your patience. He wants to test your answering abilities. He wants to how well you are going to hold a conversation if you are going to be one-on with somebody. And never indulge into exchange of words or heated arguments. It's not at all needed. Of course, a person sitting in the board is so qualified, he must be having experience than you. He might be more educated than you. He must have seen more things than you. He might be right also. There is nothing wrong in accepting something. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. I accept this. Maybe, sir. Nothing wrong. Have a fluid personality. It is not compromising your values. It is not compromising on your personality. Never think that this is not that. You are not going to submit yourself to somebody. You are only trying to unnecessarily avoid altercation, which you feel it is not going to be fruitful for you. See, if I am going to talk to a media person, you know he is going to ask unnecessarily a question which he wants me to put into trouble. He wants to mince the words, me to mince the words. He wants to take some clipping and put it. He said this. Deputy Commissioner of Police said this. They will play pranks. Not in media. I am just saying. Many people will try to do this to you. Many people. Somebody might come to your office. They will ask something to you. They might record it also. Who knows? So it is not wise enough to go into altercation with somebody where you are not going to get anything out of it. Just then move forward to the next question. So never get into unnecessary heated arguments just to prove yourself. Doesn't matter. You are not going to lose much about it. Then next thing, always take a pause before answering two consecutive questions. Because sometimes the questions might be not a lengthy discussion. You might give it in one word or one line or two lines. Immediately the next question might come. You might misjudge the question. You might wrongly interpret the question. So take time and then go to the next. Then if at all you feel little nervous, take a deep breath. Don't do that at all. You look very awkward. Take a deep breath in yourself. Think for a moment, maybe 5 seconds. There is nothing wrong about it. Recollecting what you know about this thing. Then you give your answer. It is very well appreciated because something well thought and said is much better than a hasty blabber. So always take time and answer your question. And once your interview is done, get up, say thank you, sir. It was a good learning experience for me. You're welcome. You need not say good learning. I just said what I said. I told her. You need not say that. You said thank you, sir. Then you can. If there is a lady member, first greet her. That is etiquette. Thank you, madam. Thank you, sir. Then you can. So this is how you take a interview in a calm composure. See, this may not happen to you. I don't think I'm saying an ideal situation. I am now telling you few tricks which you can pull it toward your side. This is not a cricket game where you are going to show. You are not like a Virat Kohli or you are not some great batsman. Just by your skills, you are going to hit sixes and win the match. This is a tricky game. You don't know the turf. You don't know how the balls are going to come. You have to play defensive. But it doesn't matter that you are going to play defensive. Play defensive in such a way that you are able to score in a steady state. But there will be obviously balls where you can hit a 6. You have to hit them. You have to hit them. One question what I got was that, okay, in my second interview, okay, you want to get again into IPS, change the cadre. Why can't you marry again? I mean, why can't you marry a lady officer and change your cadre? I just said one line. I said, sir, I believe in myself. There was no counter argument. There was no further question. The question jumped to some other topic by some other person. I knew I hit the ball out of the park. Because it was about my core values. I joined civil services. I wanted to be a police officer because I believed in myself. I believed that I can make a change in the society. I can do something good to the society. I can contribute something to the society by wearing this uniform. It was not because I am going to land up in some Manipur cadre, some girl will come and save me by marrying me. It's not that. If at all I am going to marry a person, it's going to be because of love. Because marriage is a matter of compatibility. It is not a matter of opportunity. It's a matter of compatibility. You can't compromise your core values for some of your professional interests. You make clear yourself that you mean business. So there will be questions, yes, like this. In my first interview, there was a question. I just said it in the other place too. That yes, why for Tamilians Veerappan is a hero? Can anyone answer? Exactly. That is the right answer. I don't know. I said it out of my, just like that it came to me and I told. If today I am reading a book written by the most celebrated, he is my icon, Mr. Vijay Kumar, Veerappan Chasing the Brigand. He has mentioned it. How Veerappan became a hero for the masses of his locality. Exactly. This is the reason. He was able to give 3 square meals to a day to a person who was in hunger, who was in starvation. Very simple. You give food to a person who is begging in the road. What will he say? Ayya nalla irukano. God bless you. It is because his stomach is thin. If you see Maslow's hierarchy of needs, is anybody from public administration? There is a thinker called Maslow. He says 5 set of needs. Just go and Google about this. It's a very good theory. It applies exactly to our. There is a lot of criticism and rebuttal to his theory, but I would say it exactly applies to our human nature. He says there is first set of needs, which is a physiological needs: hunger, sleep, sex, and few other things, which is basic human emotions, which is basic human instincts. You need this to be fulfilled to go to the next level. Yes, a hungry mind cannot hear lecture of Gautam Buddha. He cannot hear lecture of principles of Mahatma Gandhi. You can't attain salvation with a hungry stomach. So Veerappan gave food to some people, livelihood. So he was considered as a hero. But as a common citizen, as a regular member of the society who thinks breaking law is bad, he is a criminal. He is a culprit. So this is the question I answered. This is the answer I gave for this. This is, again, I felt this ball I hit out of the park. So yes, like this, there will be certain places where you can prove yourself. Do that in your interview. You will get hints. You will obviously get hints. Do that. So these are the few tips what I wanted to share about the interview. So if anybody has any questions, I think we can take. I think I have given you a comprehensive view of how to go about the interview. Simple words. I told you. Simple words. It means that you know the answer. You are giving a good answer, but you are not able to convince them. Convey and convince. So what you do? You do see the recording of your video, mock interview. You see where you are blabbered or where you are not able to put the right words in the right place. Choose simple vocabulary. Don't go for words. Say simple vocabulary. What our country needs right now: hospitals, roads, power, schools, toilets. So you need to understand the basic common need. For that, you need to be a simple thinker. Never try to impress them. If you go with that mindset, you will always try to impress them. You cannot impress anybody if you actually are under pressure. You have to go with the flow. That is what I say. There will be questions, there will be opportunities where you can actually score brownie points, where you actually impress them, where actually you can say that yes, I am the man. I have come here to take the job. You should give me good marks so that I become IAS officer and I can be a very good administrator and I can develop my country. You convince through your answers. And again, answers need not be. Don't worry if it is bookish. See, you gain knowledge through books. You experience then in field. Today I was giving them an example. How many of you are having sociology optional? There is a theory of Max Weber, Protestantism, ethics and spirit of capitalism. He says how a particular religion has certain set of core values and ethics through which they are able to develop their entrepreneurial capabilities, and also they are able to certain set of specific things through which they can exhibit certain qualities. The same thing by certain Indian thinkers was found in certain Indian communities, Parsis, Jains, other business communities. They focused more on aesthetic values, bringing the glory of the God to life, which is by helping others. You make money to help others. You make money to support others. That is what many communities do. Today I went to a North Indian function where I saw they are doing a lot of support activities. They are giving almost clothes to 1 lakh children per year. It's a great thing. So I studied something, I'm seeing it in practice. But what I studied, everything, I did not see in practice. When I'm not seeing it in practice or real life experience, I can only give a bookish answer. The Maslow's theory, what I told you, is a basic theory which I see in everyday operation. Likewise, certain theories you might not find in operation, which should have been true maybe in a certain point of time. Marx theory, beautiful theory. I love Marx. I love his ideas. But Marx was so wise enough to know that yes, capitalism may not be withered by communism because capitalism has that adaptive capability, which was further said by, I think, Ralph Dahrendorf or somebody else, who says capitalism with its exploitative nature has migrated to competitive capitalism, then further it has gone to collaborative capitalism, where they have developed second rank of leaders who can manage actually the workers, who can act as an intermediate between the haves and the have-nots. So you are not seen as two polar ends, you are seen as a vibram. So social mobility comes in. Everybody wants to go to the next stage. They will not see that yes, he has and I don't have. He thinks that if I work, I can attach this question, then further that question, then further that question. You're understanding? So it is like this. There is some bookish answer. You can't do it. You have to say. That is because your knowledge is limited. There you can use the word, sir. Yes, as far as I know, sir, I have read about this. This is what I think is that. Just put this. either as a prefix or a suffix. You just say that yes, this is the knowledge, this is the information I have about this. I think what I know about. Okay, what was your score? Whose board? Okay, 180 I think is a good score. It's not a bad score. I don't think they have degraded misjudged your mark. Maybe you should see what was his average score, what he has given to the candidates. Then I think you have relatively scored well. Okay. The saying is, it might not be a score what you wanted, but I'm saying is, what I'm trying to say is, he has not downgraded you to the lower side, or he has not thought that he has not devalued you. That is what I think. Maybe you would have not got impressed as what I said. Maybe you could have the pressure. That opinion question where you would have can I know what's the question? You are from history optional. Okay. Just give a small. Did you give a smile and say, "Sir, sorry, sir, I forgot." What is wrong? Even I don't know. Nobody knows everything. You should accept. You should accept that you know. I don't think you are flawed there. Did you actually have some details of how he wanted to put minimum government and maximum governance with Railways India? Did you know about that projects or schemes or something? Okay, what did he say then? Then what is wrong? There is nothing wrong about this. No, I don't think. My opinion again. Take a pause between questions. Or if you think you are going to take a longer pause, better is ask, can you repeat the question, please? I don't understand. Or, sir, can you repeat it, please? I want to understand better. Is your first preference IPS? Then you can very well say, why do you want to get into IPS? You can say, I like uniform, or I feel uniform as a respondent. You can say any answers here. You can even say, I have seen people answering that, I saw movies, I got impressed. Yes, there is nothing wrong. It is that you got impressed by seeing movies. What is wrong in that? It is okay. There's nothing wrong. Why do you want to get into IPS? You can, if what all the questions are. It is okay. Be yourself. See, I have seen people saying, always have a smiley face. Don't think about my smile when I feel to smile. That is for most of the human beings. But some people will naturally have a smiley face. Madhavan, actor Madhavan. Or you can give any examples. They are naturally will have a smiley face. That is good. But it doesn't matter whether you have a smiley face or not. Finally, what is going to, how will you going to convey your answer and what you are going to say, that matters. So if something is not naturally going to come to you, never fake it. Some will say you should keep hands like this only. Nothing like that. You feel comfortable as that or here. Even if you are going to use your hands, I generally use my hands, even while explaining to everybody. Don't make elaborate. You are not able to while highlighting space, which people generally get offended, and you are not being so dramatic that yes, I know this, I know that. Is that this hands should to better guide you of saying some things. So make your hand movements or something, or even your face expressions in that way. I don't think people will always try to judge you. Again, it is a judgmental place. So if you are going to be serious and people think he is just serious because he is put IPS, it's okay. Policing is a serious job. It's not a joke. You are a serious man. You mean business. You want to be a good police officer. What is wrong about it? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But don't be so stiff. Anyway, because when you be stiff, you'll be stressed, which show in your face. So that stiffness should not be there. If that is not natural to you, it's fine. Giving expression which what engineering you have? Do you have any ideas? Have you thought of any ideas? Then you say, sir, I don't know. I'm yet to find about it. I'm yet to explore it. I can use. If at all some idea strikes somewhere, comes in the moment. You cannot have preconceived ideas. Aeronautics is a science. It's an engineering. It's where the forces of the nature operates. Here, it is entirely different. Policing is more about common sense and procedures. Where nothing is science. But yes, innovative ideas, box ideas, what you use in engineering can be adapted in policing. For field operations, for tactics, for mobilization, like that. But you may not say the exact idea. You can say, yes, principles of any science holds one thing true. It operates after validating a fact. Science is not built on air. Science is something which you derive out of theories, which is validated by methods, by testing methods. So you can say quantitative field, you can use it obviously. How? You can have pilot projects where you collect data, where you scientifically test things. There are places where officers and officers have put independent audit agencies out of government to actually see what is the real impact and the real productivity of the government schemes. If in Narega, there is an independent audit factor. Why was it brought? To see the real efficacy and efficiency of how this schemes is productive, which is actually a science. You can use it very well. So principles of science can be used anywhere. Principles of engineering can be used anywhere. But it cannot be applied per se. It cannot be applied as such. It can be tweaked, adapted, and it can be used as more of a discrete idea. You understand what I mean? So yes. I jokingly say my mother is a doctor. Is a doctor. I happen to be a doctor. So everybody is a doctor. To make your exposure, you want to make your influence on the society to reach a higher level. Where you can use your professional capabilities in that. You can very well say there are many countries where a doctor is a health secretary. Our health secretary is a doctor, Mr. Radhakrishnan. Who can understand better how a hospital operates than a doctor here? Who understands better what the medicine, general medicine, what should be the genetic medicine which should be given at free of cost to people rather than more than a doctor? I don't think so. I cannot. I'm not a professional in that field. Of course, there are beautiful doctors, not in the sense, beautiful doctors in the professional sense, who has done wonderful work as IAS officers and IPS officers. I know a doctor, senior, who has 3 gallantry medals. He is a police service officer. He does part-time medicine camps wherever he is. of my doctor batchmates do. In my batch, out of 150, there were 21 doctors and 3 specialists. One was a dermatologist, one was a orthopedician, one was a general surgeon. It is your speech choice. Controversial questions, same I told na Veerappan question, Tamil chauvinism, then about my second time IPS choice. It is all your personal thing. You answer. If you think that you are going to get into an argument, just say, okay, sir, I feel this is correct, sir. Huh? Sorry? Any question? Sir, the present CM is not an actor. No, whatever it may, whatever, is not an actor. You give other example of other CM. Annadurai is not an actor. Kamarajar is not an actor. You give other examples. Give other examples. Kalangar Karnani is also not an actor. He is a script writer. He is an orator. I don't think except Mr. MGR and Madam Jayalalitha, I don't think anybody else is an actor. It's not. This is actually a question where you are deceived. You see, people like a person who has a charismatic personality. As a leader of a state, you want a person who you think can give what you want, who can administer you well, who can make your life better. That way, their personality is so magnetic, so charismatic, so powerful that people, when they speak, they think, yes, my leader has come. He is going to give what I want. He is going to give the things what I wanted for my country. He is going to deliver. That is what people see. Imran Khan, he is supposed to be a great charismatic personality. Imran Khan. You read about Imran Khan. He is a cricketer, but he is a charismatic personality. Many leaders of the world, they are from diverse fields, but they have a very charismatic personality. So what I feel is, cinema is a place where that charismatic personality is built. Even today, many people think if Rajini becomes or Kamal becomes or some actor becomes CM, they think because they have developed a personality. People who think Kamal is a great thinker will actually think Kamal can be a good CM. People who think Rajini has that flamboyant personality where he changes the society, his lifestyle over in just one song, he can do that in his one term. Something like that. You try to relate to what you know, and people as such are very simple. They don't think so much. They try to affiliate yourself with somebody. That's all. It is a fair answer. What I feel is you can say yes, when there are shortcomings in any institution, no institution is foolproof. Any democratic institution is not foolproof. It is built over time. It is built by experiences. It is built by people contributing to the growth of the institution. And times when there is an institution felt that it has lost its credibility, it is because every institution is being any institution not foolproof. There can be mistakes, there can be shortcomings. I cannot be 100% always correct. So that is why there should be checks and balances in everything. Only when shortcomings come, we evolve a system where there you can put some checks and balances. For example, every DGP of the state has to be selected from the topmost 3 senior IPS officers and recommended by UPSC. It is a system where it came after Prakash Singh's judgment, Supreme Court judgment. It is like that. That is how institutions will evolve. New institution complete. If you said yes, this is the limit, it means that you are stopping the human evolution and growth. Do you think stopping something is good for human evolution and growth? No. It is not at all good. Humans are a living species. Policies were 25 years back cannot sound good now. What policies are now sound good maybe even after 5 years or 10 years. So we need to evolve. We need to adapt. We need to be flexible. Whether this woman belongs to the same community where the communal violence has started. First I will check. I will say first I will check whether these two incidents can be correlated. Whether this fallout of this incident can actually pull up this instance. If you see, law and order is more important because it can flare up. So see whether this is an isolated incident which is very discrete or which is connected to this. If this is connected, I will attend this rape case first. If this is not important, I will go there with maximum force and I will send the best deputy what I have to this spot to convince them, to give them the facts and to make a fact. I will understand. These facts you will be knowing as SP. For this you don't need to have practical ideas. It is nothing. It is that you get all the facts within that limit under your hand, whatever facts you are having. It is just common sense here, nothing else. See, for example, if this is between a Hindu-Muslim problem, this village is Hindu village and the woman being raped and killed is a Muslim. Do you think this needs to be in even a Muslim would have raped and killed her? Do you think this will not affect this? Okay. You take this case. This is a place where a communal fight is going to happen between Hindu and some Christian community or some other community. Here, the person who was killed, person belonging to some major community. Do you think this is going to? It might not. You never know. So you have to act with that. So you say that, sir, what details I have, I will see more important. Of that incident. This is going to be the situation. I will take enough force there and send the deputy available there. It is just in your answer. But it should be so. The point actually what you are trying to convey here is, it is an imaginative situation. You are going to tell him that if this is the situation, this is what I am going to do. It might be correct, it might not be correct. There is no copybook answer for this. If somebody is going to counter you, then you can say something else. See, both times, what I did, I didn't fill anything other than IPS. I put 0 for everything else. I wanted to only be in IPS. I don't wanted to be in anything else. 3 times I filled mains form. Twice I cleared the service. Once I cleared mains. All 3 times there was one only on IPS. There was 0 in everything else. You may ask whether I was, if you think, may or may not, I don't know. But I felt I wanted that. My affinity to that goal was very strong. And if somebody happened to ask about intricate details about police or something during my first interview, if they had asked why I wanted to be an IPS, I would ask me, yes, to the response, I think I can contribute. And I'm glad that nobody asked, do you think you're a person? If that all, I like to take, I have to take things in control. I like to be in charge of things and make sure that it goes in the proper way. So I feel, sir, as a police officer, you have to take charge of things. You have to be responsible. You have to ensure that the society goes in a smooth way. And I feel that I have a sense of fair judgment and decision-making ability, for which you can think I can really agree to person's issue. So I'm little empathetic, facing a lot of. So I feel be empathetic and to make peace with the society. That's, you have to. Is IPS first? Say yes, sir. I want to be an IPS officer, and civil service is the only way to be an IPS officer. Any other question? So all the best to all of you. I am there in Facebook and Instagram. You can take my number also if you want. Please WhatsApp me. Don't tell me doing something, because now I'm in a very hectic post where I'm running around. But able to attend. So when I'm free, I'll be able to, or drop in a message in Facebook or Instagram. I'd be happy to send a reply to you. But now just write prelims. You have a, like, this is an issue, please say something. I would like to share my experience. On most of the things what I said to you has come, I have gained only through my experience, and I have gained only through what I felt I should do over the course of time. So no personal complete, we all go by day. So don't think that I am weak, or don't think I am not so strong, I am not so confident. Be confident. When you are confident about yourself, you will actually be more better representing, or more better way you will be answering the questions or putting your opinion across. And trust me, I only go by one statement: I believe in myself. So all of you believe in yourself that you can do it. Not only just clearing the exam, further along your career, you always keep this in your mind. You believe in yourself. There will be always people demotivating you. There will be always people not correlating your dream to them. There will be always people think you are doing something nonsense. I really say there are many people who have told my mother and my mom, she was telling, yes, my son has quit a job where he was earning 50 grand per month, and he is now preparing for some thing called UPSC. You think, why he's crazy? Do you think IPS and IAS officers are so easy? To put it in Tamil, you're asking, Maratla kai karda? But you don't believe me, when I cleared, the call came from the same person. He was telling so much good things about me, which I have never heard in my life from anybody else, not even from my mother. He was telling something as if I'm a big hero. I think, okay, I think he can write a movie script also about me. So it is like that. Take towards you, but for that you have to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, and it's not only about believing in yourself. Keep the goal as close as possible to you. Work towards your goal. Since you have already crossed two major hurdles, I will say go with a clean mind. Don't take anything to the heart. People will say you start preparing for prelims and all. Don't think that. I tell you one more anecdote from my personal experience. There was a time in 2008. I finished my engineering in 2007. I was almost there for a year in preparation for a flying officer in Air Force. I didn't clear twice. I failed in the. I should not say fail. I didn't clear in the last round due to some other issues. I was little dejected. Then I came here. Then I thought, why should I not try for civil services? Then I started preparing. Initial days, I was new to the preparation. It's not like this. It's like 10, 12 years back. It's like a 10-year challenge back, going back to the time. So that time, there was aspirants who had put 3-4 attempts. And a novice like me, just joining the thing, who doesn't know much about the preparation or the exam pattern or the syllabus or anything. I'm just starting the preparation. So he was casually asking me, boss, how many attempts do you think will take to crack the civil services? I said casually, I think I'll clear in my first or second maximum, but I think I'll clear in my first. He just gave a very sarcastic smile and said, boss, there are people who has not cleared in 5-6 attempts also. First they will clear prelims, then they will clear mains, then they will clear interview, then they will finally after 4th or 5th attempt they will land up in IAS. I said, acha, okay. And I didn't say anything to him. Then I wrote prelims, I cleared. I wrote mains, I cleared. I attended an interview, I cleared. I got IPS. Then I came to give a talk. Then that guy was saying the sitting, and he was just looking at what I'm going to say. It means that he was not believing in his goal. He might be a greater intellectual than me. I may not disagree to the fact. He might put more hard work than me. He would have studied. I know that guy studies for more than 15 hours a day. I know him. After talking to him and seeing him, I know he studies. But he was not confident about himself. He was not taking him in the right path. What I'm saying is, believe in yourself. Believe in your kiddish dream. Nothing wrong. It might be a very, very childish, it might be a very, very kiddish thing, it might be a very, very juvenile thing. Don't think it is wrong. The most juvenile thing I did is I wrote in all my UPSC book, Selvan IPS. It's a very, very juvenile thing if I think back now. But if I see in my hindsight, that has been the greatest motivating factor. And when one of my relatives came, he was I think a promoted DSP. So I took once his uniform, I took a photo and I put it in my room also. So it was with that much fervor I wanted to be an IPS officer. So what I'm trying to say is, make your world around your dream. And always try to move towards your dream. It might be an inch, it might be a foot, it might be a kilometer. Hardly matters. Move towards your dream. Today you might move an inch, but suddenly, who knows, you may make leaps and bounds and you will achieve your goal. So it's nothing. So go to the interview with a clean mind. Think that everything is going to come to you. Okay. I like Rumi. I'll finish with the Rumi's anecdote. Shine like the whole universe is blessing you. Or the whole universe is shining upon you. And he says, you are nothing but the universe in ecstatic motion. Through his words. So all the best to all of you. God bless you. And I hope all of you make your civil services dream come true in this attempt. Thank you.